You see a guy in a brand new BMW parking near an expensive restaurant. He is wearing a designer suit, has a watch worth $5,000 on his wrist, and he orders the most expensive wine. Your first thought is, this is it, the successful life. Here is a rich man. Now, let me shatter your illusions. It is very likely that this guy is broke. His car is leased, his credit card is in the negative, and his net worth is lower than your grandmother's, who has been saving cash under her mattress her whole life. Welcome to the real world of finance. Today we will talk about the main lie you have been led to believe. You were told that the path to wealth is a high salary. That is not true. A salary is just a flow of water from a tap. If your bucket has holes in it, it does not matter how strong the pressure is. No water will remain. Today I will teach you to calculate what really matters, your net worth. I will show you the math that proves a waiter with the right strategy can become wealthier than a top manager by the year 2030. If you want to stop running in the hamster wheel and start building a foundation that no crisis can destroy, watch this video until the end. Let's look the truth in the eye. We live in an era of total uncertainty. It is the year 2026, and the rules of the game have changed. Inflation eats up the purchasing power of currencies faster than you can earn them. Technology and artificial intelligence are replacing entire professions. Relying only on a salary today is financial suicide. A salary is a drug. It comes on the 1st and the 15th of the month, gives you a brief sense of security, and then disappears. But what happens if tomorrow your boss tells you, "Sorry, we are downsizing," or if, God forbid, you get sick and cannot work for 3 months? In that moment, your salary equals zero. And this is where His Majesty Capital enters the stage. Your capital is your real weight in this world. It is what will feed you when you stop working. It is what you will pass on to your children. And the funniest thing is that 90% of people do not even know their number. They know how much they earn per month, but they do not know how much they are actually worth. Let's break down the theory as simply as possible. Imagine your financial life is a business. Any business has a balance sheet. You have only 2 columns. The first column is assets. This is everything you own that can be turned into cash. The second column is liabilities. This is everything you owe to other people or banks. The formula for wealth is as simple as a door. Assets minus liabilities equals net worth. If you have an apartment worth $100,000, but you owe the bank $80,000 on the mortgage, then your real capital in this apartment is only $20,000. Not 100. Do you understand the difference? Wealth is measured not by what you use, but by what belongs to you completely. The problem with our brain is that it loves visual effects. We see a house, a car, a phone, but we do not see the mortgage, the car loan, and the payment plan. We see the facade, but we do not see the foundation. Your task starting today is to stop being an architect of facades and become a builder of a fortress. Now let's move to practice. How to calculate your net worth and, most importantly, how to make it grow. I suggest you do an exercise I have been doing with my clients for 15 years. It is called the financial X-ray. You will need a spreadsheet or just a sheet of paper. Step 1. List the assets. Be honest but conservative. Item 1. Cash and equivalents. How much money do you have on cards, in savings accounts, in your wallet, and under your pillow? Item 2. Investments. This is the heart of your wealth. How much do you have invested in stocks, bonds, or funds like the S&P 500? If you have a retirement account, for example, a 401k or a Roth IRA, write it down here. Item 3. Real estate. Write down the market price of your apartment or house if you were to sell it right now, not the price you dream of. Item 4. Transport. Be careful here. A car is an asset that depreciates every day. Write down the real sale price, not the purchase price. Item 5. Business or other valuables. If you have a share in a business, intellectual property, or a collection of gold coins. Step 2. List the liabilities. This is painful, but necessary. Write everything here: the remaining mortgage balance, the car loan, credit card debts, money you borrowed from a friend, consumer loans for the new iPhone. Sum it all up. Step 3. The moment of truth. Subtract the sum of liabilities from the sum of assets. The number you get is your financial diagnosis. If the number is negative, you are in the financial danger zone. You are effectively a slave to your debts. If the number is positive, congratulations, you have a foundation. But the question is, how strong is it? Why do I insist on this number? Because it changes your mindset. When you get a salary and buy a new TV for $1,000, your brain thinks you became richer because you have a new thing. But if you bought it on credit, your net worth did not change or even decreased due to interest. However, if you took that same $1,000 and bought shares of reliable dividend companies, your capital grew. You bought a little machine that will now print money for you forever. Let's look at the magic of numbers. I promised you math. Let's take two characters. Let's call them Max and Alex. Max is the star of the office. He earns $5,000 a month. He loves living large, renting a luxury apartment, leasing a car, restaurants. He spends $5,000 a month. His net worth does not change. He is standing still. In 10 years, if he loses his job, he will have zero. Alex is a regular engineer. He earns $2,500. But Alex lives more modestly. He spends $2,500 every month he invests in the broad U.S. stock market, which historically gives about 10% per year. Watch closely. In 10 years, Max will have a pile of old clothes and zero in his account. And Alex? Investing just $500 a month at 10% per year. In 10 years, Alex will have over $100,000 in his account. And in 20 years, almost $350,000. This is with a salary half the size of Max's. This is it, the power of net worth. Max will depend on his employer until death. Alex, in 20 years, will have capital-generating passive income in dividends sufficient for a basic life. Alex bought his freedom. Max bought impressions. But I must be honest with you. There are traps on this path. The market does not go up in a straight line. There will be years when your portfolio shows minus 20%. And in that moment, when you look at your net worth report, you will be scared. Your number will decrease. This is exactly where most people make a fatal mistake. They sell assets and lock in losses. Remember, market fluctuations are normal. If your capital dropped due to a market crisis, but the number of shares you own did not change, you did not become poorer. You are simply waiting for the market to recover. Another trap is lifestyle inflation. As soon as your income grows, you want a better car and a bigger apartment. This is a capital killer. Every dollar you spend on a liability is a soldier you killed instead of sending him to conquer new territories for you. One more important nuance. Not all assets are equally useful. Your own apartment where you live is a controversial asset. It does not put money in your pocket. It takes money out for utilities and repairs. Yes, it is part of your net worth, but it does not give you freedom until you sell it. True wealth is built on assets that generate cash flow, dividend stocks, bonds, rental real estate, REITs. So, what is your action plan for today? First, tonight, do not delay, calculate your net worth. It might be unpleasant, but it is the starting point. Second, set a goal, not a salary goal, but a capital goal. For example, by the end of 2026, I want to increase my net worth by $10,000. Third, Start tracking this number quarterly. It becomes a game. You will start getting dopamine not from spending, but from seeing your number grow in the spreadsheet. You will start looking for ways to increase assets and decrease debts. Your brain will start working like an investor, not a consumer. Remember, wealth is what you do not see. It is not cars, and it is not diamonds. Wealth is financial assets that have not yet been converted into things. It is your freedom to say no to a job that annoys you. It is your ability to go on vacation when you want, not when you are allowed. It is confidence in tomorrow. Stop chasing a salary. Start building capital. It is a boring, slow, but the only guaranteed road to success. If this video made you think, take the first step right now. Subscribe to the channel. Here we do not talk about get-rich-quick schemes, we talk about strategies that have worked for decades. And write the word capital in the comments if you are ready to accept this challenge and start counting your real wealth. This was your financial mentor. See you in the next videos where we will break down exactly how to form a portfolio from scratch. Remember, money is a wonderful servant, but a terrible master. Keep it under control.